The season is slipping away from us and we need answers now. The Commanders are heading into their biggest game of the year this Sunday. We just signed a wide receiver most folks thought was done. And the trade deadline is right around the corner, while our roster's got more holes than Swiss cheese. If you think this week is business as usual, you're completely wrong. 3 explosive stories that could define our season, and I'm about to break down exactly what each one means for our future. Stick around till the end, because things are about to get wild. This Sunday isn't just another game. This Sunday in Dallas is literally the difference between keeping our playoff hopes alive or starting to plan for the next draft. And let me tell you something, the situation couldn't be any crazier. Both defenses are banged up. Both quarterbacks are lightning in a bottle. Both teams are coming off embarrassing losses. But here's the key difference. We're more beaten up than a hospital during visiting hours. Terry McLaurin is still out. Deebo Samuel is dealing with injuries. Noah Brown's on IR. And now we've got to lean on Luke McCaffrey and possibly Robbie Chosen to get this win. Do you realize how insane that sounds? We're going into Dallas against Dak Prescott, who's playing at an MVP level, with CD Lamb coming back from injury, and George Pickens at the peak of his career, and we're showing up with a patched-up receiver room. This is absolute madness. But here's where it gets interesting. The analysts from A to Z Sports dropped their predictions, and the consensus is clear. This is going to be a shootout. Josh Taylor, our Commanders insider, says we win 35-31. Mauricio Rodriguez, the Cowboys expert, says they take it 31-29. You know what that tells me. Both analysts know our defenses are a mess. And this game's going to come down to whoever's got the ball last. And that's where Jayden Daniels steps in. Our sophomore quarterback, last year's Rookie of the Year. The same one who already missed 2 games this season due to injury. The same one who now has to carry this whole team on their back with no top receivers to throw to. Now let me ask you this. Are you ready to trust Jayden in a game like this? Because I sure am. I think this kid's got that it factor. I believe Cliff Kingsbury's going to draw up a brilliant game plan. And I believe we're about to shock the world on Sunday. But let's be real. Mike Sainristil is struggling in coverage right now, and Dak knows it. The Cowboys are going to pick on that side of the field over and over and over. CD Lamb, even fresh off injury, already said there's no snap count limit. That means he'll be out there all game long. And Sainristil's going to have to fight for their life. On the other side, we've got Trey Amos, our rookie corner, the lone bright spot in our secondary. And guess who he's covering? George Pickens, one of the hottest receivers in the entire league right now. This is the kind of matchup that defines careers. Either Amos leaves Dallas as a rising star, or the Cowboys torch him and we're left scrambling in the secondary. And the craziest part, Marshon Lattimore, the cornerback we specifically brought in for matchups like this, probably won't be lined up on Pickens. They're putting Amos there instead, a rookie, in the biggest game of the season so far. Is that confidence or desperation? Probably a little bit of both. Now, let's talk positives. Bill Krosky-Merritt, our running back who's been waiting for his shot. We all saw how that Bears game ended. We all saw the flashes. And now he's going up against a Cowboys defense that's vulnerable against the run. The Bears gashed them last week. Why can't we do the same? Here's the deal. If we want to win this game, we have to control the clock. Keep Dak on the sideline. Pound the rock with Krosky-Merritt over and over until that Dallas defense wears down. And once they do, that's when Jayden hits them. Deep balls, rollouts, and scrambles that break their backs. Speaking of McCaffrey, Josh Taylor's bold prediction is that Luke goes for 100 yards and a touchdown. You know what? I'm with him on that. This kid's developing nicely. He's been getting better each week. And with our top 3 receivers out or hurt, he has to step up. He needs 6+ targets against that secondary that's just as shaky as ours. Now let's talk about what's making me the most nervous. Dallas's bold predictions. Mauricio Rodriguez says both CD Lamb and George Pickens will top 100 receiving yards. Do you grasp what that means? It means our secondary could get shredded. It means we'll have to outscore them because we won't stop them. But you know what? That doesn't scare me. Because if Jayden Daniels has shown us anything since coming to this league, it's that they can go toe-to-toe in shootouts. They can make plays when it matters. They can carry this team and pull off miracles. This game will come down to details, third downs, the red zone, turnovers. Most importantly, it'll come down to who's got the ball in their hands last. Josh Taylor predicts we'll get that last possession and Jayden will hit Zach Ertz for the game-winning touchdown. And I want to believe that. I need to believe that. Because after how this season started, after all the injuries and disappointments, we need that kind of win. We need a moment that reminds us why we love this team. Dallas is healthier. Their offense has been elite. Dak's balling out. But we've got something they don't. We've got desperation. We've got hunger. We've got a young quarterback who doesn't know how to quit. And we've got Adam Peters up in the box probably already thinking about moves. Before the trade deadline, if we lose this one, let's be real. If we lose Sunday, our season's basically done. 4-3 with the toughest schedule in the league ahead. No top receivers. A defense that can't stop anybody. That's a recipe for disaster. But if we steal this one in Dallas, then everything changes. Then we've got momentum, hope, a real shot at the playoffs. Do you think we can pull it off? Do you think Jaden can outduel Dak in his own house? Do you think our defense can deliver when it matters most? I'm saying yes. I believe we're going to shock the world. It's going to be a grind to the final seconds, but we can do it if everything clicks. We can do it if everything clicks. Speaking of Adam Peters, let's talk about the latest move he just pulled. We just signed Treylon Burks. Yeah, that Treylon Burks. The same one the Titans took in the first round of the 2023 draft. The same one who hasn't managed to stay healthy for a full season. The same one they just cut after breaking his collarbone during training camp. You know what this says? It says we're so desperate for wide receivers that we're taking a flyer on a guy who literally can't stay on the field. But you know what? I don't hate it. Actually, I think it's exactly the kind of swing we should be taking right now. Here's why. Treylon's 24, a former 18th overall pick. Came out of Arkansas with elite speed, a crazy build, and big play potential. The problem? He just can't stay healthy long enough to show it. His rookie year showed promise. 33 catches for 104 yards, 1 touchdown. Not Pro Bowl numbers, but solid for a rookie. Then 2023 came and it all fell apart. Then in 2024, he tore his ACL and missed almost the entire year. He worked his way back from that injury, and what happens next? Breaks his collarbone in camp. The Titans bailed on him, cut him loose, and now he's here on our practice squad waiting for one more shot. Tyler Rowland, the Locked On Titans host, said something interesting about Burks, that his #1 issue has always been health, that he doesn't know how to fall. When he goes up for a ball, he just doesn't land right. And in the NFL, that's a real skill, one he doesn't have. That's concerning, because if you can't stay healthy, your talent doesn't matter. Speed, size, hops, it means nothing if you're on the injury list every week. But here's the twist. Rowland also said the Commanders might actually fix him. He still has those first-round traits. His ceiling's still sky high. And maybe, just maybe, with a new team, new system, and a clean slate, he can finally live up to it. And that's what we need right now, a miracle. Someone who comes out of nowhere and gives us that spark. Burks could be that guy. Or he could just be another name added to our long list of receivers who didn't pan out. What I like about this move is simple. Low risk, high reward. We picked him up for nothing. If it works, we hit gold. If not, we move on. No harm done. And in our situation, no Terry, banged up Debo, Noah on IR. These are exactly the kinds of moves we need to make. Now. Do you think Burks could be the answer? Can he stay healthy long enough to contribute? I want to believe he can. I want to believe Adam Peters saw something the Titans didn't. I want to believe our trainers can keep him on the field. But the truth is, it's a gamble. A big one. And the only way we'll know is when he actually plays. Here's the bottom line. We desperately need help at wide receiver. And if Burks can give us even a few explosive plays, it's worth it. Because right now, we're lining up Luke McCaffrey, Robbie Chosen, and Corey Brooks as our main weapons. That's not a playoff caliber receiver corps. That's a rebuilding one, and we're not tanking. We're still fighting. We still have Jaden. We still have a shot. But we need help, and maybe Burks is that help. Or maybe he's just another guy we hope for too long. Time will tell. Time will tell. That brings me to the third headline. The trade deadline's November 4th, less than 3 weeks away. And Adam Peters has massive decisions to make. Are we buyers, sellers? Or are we standing pat and trusting what we've got? After everything that's happened, the rough start, the injuries, the holes everywhere, the answer seems obvious. We need to buy. We need to go big. We need players who can help right now, not 2 or 3 years down the road. Because our window is open right now while Jaden's still on that rookie deal. And there are 3 potential moves that could completely flip this season. 3 deals that could turn us from playoff hopefuls into legit contenders. Ready? These are big swings, risky ones. Moves that would show Peters is willing to push his chips to the center and say we're all in. Move number 1, Trey Hendrickson. Yeah, that Trey Hendrickson from Cincinnati. He was available in the offseason, and we didn't land him. Guess what? He's still gettable. The Bengals only signed him through this season, and he's due a new contract. Trading him now makes sense for them. Get value instead of losing him for nothing. And for us, we need him badly. We lost Dietrich Wise for the season. Javonte Jean-Baptiste is out long-term. Dorrance Armstrong's balling, but he needs help. Our defense is a liability. And the fastest way to fix a bad defense, get an elite pass rusher. Hendrickson is that guy. A game wrecker. Someone who makes quarterbacks like Dak Prescott uncomfortable all night. If we trade for him now, we can re-sign him later and lock down our edge for the future. The trade proposal would be something like, we get Hendrickson. The Bengals get our 2026 third rounder, our 2027 sixth, and Brandon Coleman. They need offensive line help. We get the pressure we've been missing. Is it pricey? Sure, worth it. Absolutely. Because if we can't rush the passer, it doesn't matter who's in our secondary. We're toast. Hendrickson would change that instantly. Move number 2, Jalen Waddle. Our offense was supposed to be explosive this year. We traded for Debo, paid Terry, and loaded up. But it hasn't panned out. McLaurin's missed multiple games, Debo's banged up, and our WR room looks rough. We need young stars. Waddle fits that bill. Miami's basically selling off at the deadline. Their year's done. They want picks. Waddle's name's been floating around, and they're apparently open to offers. And here's the best part. Waddle's cap hit is under $5 million for the next 2 seasons, before it shoots up to $27 million in 2027, right when McLaurin's contract can be moved. That's perfect timing. Trade for a 26-year-old proven playmaker now. Instead of waiting till the offseason to draft the next one. Proposal, we get Waddle. Miami gets our 2026 and 2027 third rounders. Pricey, yeah. But we're talking about a young playmaker who can be the foundation of our offense for years. Move number 3, the one that fires me up most. Chris Olave. Adam Peters could go back in time and fix the draft day blunder that left Olave on the board. Or he could fix it now by trading for him. The Saints are taking calls, and Olive's name is on that list. We've failed at building the WR room this season. We need to fix it now, not later. Olave just turned 25. Yeah, he's had concussion concerns, but his ceiling is worth the risk. It'll cost a lot, same as Waddle. But that's the price of a real difference maker. Proposal, we get Olave. The Saints get our 2026 third, our 2027 fourth, and cornerback Noah Igbinoghene. High price tag, but we're talking about a proven number 1 receiver entering their prime. So I'll ask you, which move should we make? Do we go after Hendrickson and fix the defense? Do we go get Waddle or Olave and give Jaden real weapons? Or do we go all out and grab more than one? Here's my take. If we're making a move, it's got to be for someone young who fills a long-term need. Don't burn high picks unless it's for someone who solves a problem you're going to have to address anyway. Because draft picks aren't guarantees. The fanbase needs hope. We need something to get excited about. Something that makes us believe this season can still turn around. One of these moves would do exactly that. Bring energy, urgency, and the feeling that we're serious about winning. Because here's the truth. We've got Jaden Daniels on that rookie deal. That gives us a 3 to 4 year window where we can afford high-end players. Since we're not paying a quarterback $30 or $40 million a year yet. That's our shot. Right now. Not in a couple of years. Right now, Adam Peters has already shown he's not afraid to swing big. Trades for Debo Samuel, Laramie Tunsil, Marshon Lattimore. He's got guts. And I expect at least one more bold move before the deadline. Because if we just stay put and hope things fix themselves, we're basically saying we're okay with being average. And I'm not okay with that. The fans aren't okay with that. And I know Adam Peters isn't either. So there you have it. 3 stories that will define our season. A must-win showdown with Dallas. A high-risk signing in Treylon Burks, who could either save us or flop. And a trade deadline closing and fast with huge decisions looming. What do you think about Sunday's game? Can Jaden outplay Dak in Dallas? Can our defense get the stops when it matters? Drop your thoughts in the comments. What about the Burks signing? Smart move or a waste of time on someone who can't stay healthy? And most importantly, which trade should we make? Hendrickson, Waddle, or Olave? Or do we stay put and roll with what we've got? Vote in the comments. If you like this breakdown, if you think I'm right, or even if you think I've completely lost it, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel because tomorrow we've got even more breaking news coming your way. We'll cover every single move this team makes until the trade deadline. And you don't want to miss any of it. We're a family here. We're Commanders Nation. And we're going through this together, win or lose, trades or no trades. We're here breaking down every play, every call, every moment. That's what we do. That's what it means to be part of this community. So join us, subscribe, hit that bell. Share this with your fellow Commanders fans because now more than ever, we need to stick together. The season hasn't gone how we hoped, but it's not over yet. We still have a shot. And we're going to fight till the last second. And remember, hail to the Redskins.